Okay. Starting this video now for the second time. Just had a bit of an error with the previous upload for this. Okay. Today we're going to talk about DJI's newest camera release that's expected to come out on the 18th. And this is officially confirmed. So this should be we should be very certain that we actually do see this. So on November 18th, we can expect DJI Action 6 camera. And here we go. This is what they have just officially leaked themselves. So we can expect this to be officially dropped, the embargoes and whatnot, on the 12th GM time, which is around 4 in the morning Pacific time and 7 in the morning like Eastern time, Eastern Standard. Okay. Kill. So with that being said, let's watch the release video that they have released just a few hours ago. So looking at this video now, you can see clearly there is a variable aperture on this lens that is included in this. You can see right here. It's obvious they have a variable aperture, which will go between f2 to 4. We're going to get into some of the finer specs in a second here, but this is for sure confirmed. We also have some leak photos of it as well that we found. So this is coming and it's not far from here. Looking at my website here, I have created a blog post if you want to come look at that. I'm going to get into some of the specs that we can expect in this new Action 6 Pro. I believe it's a Pro camera, or they're labeling it Pro. I don't see why not. Okay, so this Action 6 Pro, this will have a 1/1.1 inch CMOS sensor, and this is approximately 40% larger than the Action 5 Pro, with a variable aperture between f2 and 4.0. And this is particularly great for daytime shooting. Being able to go to f4 will kind of bring down the need for having to use ND filters. I mean, you'll probably still need them at times, but I think honestly for action camera footage, you don't necessarily need to have an ND filter. Okay, so now going into the video recording capabilities, this will be able to shoot at 8K 30 frames per second, and I believe this is one of actually probably not. I'm sure other cameras shoot at 8K, like in terms of action cameras. I know all the 360 cameras have been shooting at 8K for quite some time now, but it's 8K spread out through the entire size of the sensor, so it turns out to be like around 5.6K, maybe 7K at max. So it's gonna be really interesting to see exactly what this looks like on this camera. Now this will be able to shoot in HDR and then also apparently a ProRes codec, and this is something that we've been seeing for a while now in like Apple having log in their systems, and a lot of cameras have starting to get ProRes capabilities. So apparently now we're going to actually start to see them in action cameras. So you're going to have a lot of flexibility matching these and pairing these in post with your other cameras, depending on whatever brand you have. It should be a little easier to do so. So I'm all on board for that, especially considering the price. And we're going to get into that pretty quickly now, what we can expect for a price tag on this. Apparently, you should be able to do 5.3K at 60 frames and 4K at 120 for ultra smooth slow motion, and 1080p at 240 FPS for extreme slow motion capture. Now, stabilization, this is one of the areas where these action cameras really do quite well, and we're expecting pretty great Rocksteady 4.0 EIS, which is next generation image stabilization, which has we'll have Rocksteady 4.0 EIS, which has next generation image stabilization powered by the new image processor in this, AI powered horizon leveling for straight footage, just like we've seen in the other ones. Maybe with this AI powered version, it maybe is a little bit better. Enhanced performance with this larger sensor, so expect when you're shooting at nighttime to have results pretty similar to the Pocket 3, and the Pocket 3 did really good at nighttime actually. Compared to most of the action cameras, it is usable in like almost every sort of environment. So we expect something very similar to this, maybe even a little bit better than the Pocket 3. And yeah, so this is going to be a really smooth camera with great great image quality. And the price tag is, it looks like it's going to be very affordable still too. Okay, now the power system in this will have a 1950 mAh battery with 4+ hours of 4K recording. And that is a 40% improvement over the Action 5 Pro. Their batteries are so cheap depending on which one it uses. It sounds like it's still using the traditional one, so it looks like it's just a little less power hungry. So we're gonna have to see about that, but it looks like it's probably the same battery, which they haven't really changed it since I think like the Action 2 or 3 or something like that. So this will have obviously replaceable batteries for it looks like a hot swappable dual battery system for extended shooting. So it looks like you'll be able to keep your shooting on the go, which was not possible beforehand, and also good for shooting longer filming sessions with no downtime. They're stating approximately a 20-meter waterproof rating, bare camera, 60 meters depth rating with protective case, and yeah, that'll be great for doing water sports and anything like that action cameras are usually good for. Now, let's go into the price tag that is expected for this camera. They're thinking that, or like what has been partially confirmed online, is a $329 launch price for this. And the Action 4 and Action 5 Pro are currently sitting at $349, which, geez, look out, GoPro, honestly. And Insta360, they're really going to feel some pain on this one with this release. I really think that this one's going to eat up a good portion of the market, despite already having a really good, sizable portion of the market share currently. This variable aperture, shooting to 8K, and just having the support that DJI offers it's going to be massive, honestly. So I expect this camera to do really well. And let me know what your thoughts are on this Action 6. We finally have images of it, and to be honest, I'm pretty excited with this release. And this is a camera that, in my opinion, I honestly think this is the one to get over something like the Osmo Pocket, if it is what they say it is, just based on the fact that it's small and portable. I mean, for people that shoot and want it as like a C cam or something like that, you're not getting all that more stable footage with the Osmo, if like in terms of smoothness. And honestly, it has like quite a bit of like bobble or whatnot. Like it's not as steady as a lot of people claim that the Osmo Pocket is. Like, it really still has quite a bit of vibration when walking forward. And I find action cameras usually are a little better in that aspect. So this could be the one that even beats out the Pocket in terms of stabilization and image quality. You have the variable aperture shutter. This is a big win for DJI, and they've only now had this official release now for a few hours, but this looks like a real competitor in the market. And I don't know how GoPro is going to compete with this one. I know they're planning to hold back their release now for waiting for the DJI drop, so we should expect to see also what GoPro did come up with within the next day or two. I would expect a release of their, I think it's the 14. Yeah, I believe it's the 14 Hero. So yeah, look out for that one. I'll do a live video if you guys want to see that of the GoPro Hero, but I just already sort of know how this one's going to go. I think GoPro is going to be a little worried for their future success when it comes to this one. Will this see a wide sale in the US? I'm not really too sure with how things are. I don't expect the US to potentially get this camera right away, which is unfortunate. So I feel for you guys, but come over to Canada if you need it. It should be here as one of the first places to release. So this camera, let's just go over again what we can expect with this. This will have f2 to f4 variable aperture, which is completely let me go over that again. So we'll have a f2 to f4 variable aperture, which is unprecedented in action cameras. This will have better shallow depth of field, better low light performance at f2, which they're normally at f2 lockdown anyways, but the bigger sensor will help with the low light performance. And then also you should expect better sharpness and detail at f4. Being able to go to f4 will really help, and it might actually turn out to be a not too bad photo camera because of this. Yeah, the massive sensor upgrade, having the 1/1.1 sensor will be massive in terms of overall leap in image quality. So expect superior dynamic range, reduced noise in challenging lighting environments, better color accuracy and depth, and professional grade footage in a compact form. And this is that ProRes that they're saying that they're adding, will really give you that sort of pro feel for an insanely cheap price at $329 US. This hasn't been officially confirmed, but that's what it looks like it's going to be sold at, and that is less than the 4 and the 5 Action Pro. They're really trying to just steal all that market share, guys. This is domination, unfortunately, for GoPro and Insta360. I mean, I don't like Insta360. The one day that I bought their like 360 X2 camera, and I tried to return it, and they wouldn't even allow a return after the package had been opened. So I don't necessarily like their company's ethics, and I find that you're probably much better off going with DJI, and they're making it pretty easy to do so by having good business practices and also cameras that are the top of the line in the industry. And they've now released many action cameras at this point. It's not like the 360 where it hasn't been fleshed out, their system. This is like a really dialed in system. So I would expect it to be better than ever. And yeah, so yeah, the battery life, again, as I mentioned before, 4+ hours of continuous 4K recording with hot swappable batteries, so you can film potentially all day. 8K feature proofing with 8K 30 frames on that fairly large sensor. This is going to provide way better image quality than we saw on the 360 Osmo. So yeah, just like a few weeks away, we're going to see this drop. November 18th, mark it on your calendars. We will definitely be here for November 18th on the release of this action camera. I think GoPro will not be able to match this, unfortunately for them. Insta360, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of their products, as mentioned before. But I don't know if they're going to be able to compete with this action camera like they do on the 360 line, or sorry, on the 360 end. Insta360, they have DJI beat for now on 360 cameras. I really do believe that. But I think maybe just one release from this point, and DJI is going to totally eat up most of the 360 market share. It's really not going to take them long. So, see what else I can cover with this that I may have missed. I think that about covers it. Apparently, you can also sync this with your smartwatch as well. I think most of the cameras you've been able to do that though, so you'll be able to monitor yourself on there and also start recording through that. Yeah, the ProRes codec support should be really interesting, and I'm curious what the file sizes are going to be. Offering ProRes, obviously, it can be quite large with that. All in all, pretty cool release. I sold my DJI Osmo 360 based on like just the workflow of it all. I had to edit on their studio app and then bring it into DaVinci, and then it seemed like the footage was like quite processed and degraded by the time I ended up bringing it into the DaVinci timeline. And then after exporting it a second time, I saw like there was a pretty massive drop off in image quality compared to when I was uploading it directly from the studio app. So I ended up returning that. Now I'm only using the Action 3, and I think this is a great upgrade over that. I think with these DJI action cameras, you probably want to start paying attention every second year, kind of like the Mini 5 Pros and whatnot. So with that being said, will the Pocket 4 be a massive release? I'm not really too sure. Maybe it's best to wait for the Pocket 5 in order to drop, or in order to jump on one of their pocket cameras. So yeah, this is a good one. Let me know what your thoughts are on this Action 6 Pro. I don't know. I really don't know what GoPro is going to do about this in order to respond. I really don't know how they'll be able to beat it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you guys shortly here. Thank you for coming over to visit my page and join me for this live. Going to work on a video now from Halloween. I recorded a video in Seattle, so stay tuned for that. I'm hoping to possibly release this video tomorrow morning. Okay? Thank you. Peace. Take care.